And me and my cousin, we used to go on like Facebook because I remember I wasn't allowed on Facebook. But of course, that didn't stop anything. And on like my birthday, I was like trying to convince everybody why I should be allowed on Facebook. And we made like a bunch of skits, like improv skits of us like acting and then of us like singing and harmonizing and like
Where'd you record all this on?
On my computer, on my laptop.
Like a webcam?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because I didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
So we did this on the computer. And
she's very smart.
Yeah,
very
we would figure it out. Okay.
You came out the one with that Beyonce energy.
Okay, we were figuring it out.
Yeah.
And so we uploaded it all. And then like I had like a whole disclaimer. I was like, hey guys, so I'm joining Facebook. I was literally like 9. Like it was really, really intense. And all of my sisters were in the comments like, Journey, like, what are you doing? Ariana, what are you doing here? Like, get off of Facebook. Like, all in the comments, like, she's a mess. Like, ignore her, please. Like, everybody was so embarrassed because I was just like, yeah. And FYI, like, my birthday was 3 days ago. I got lots of money. Thanks, guys. For all the love and support. Mind you, I had like 3 followers, like, friends on Facebook. I was like, thank you all for the support. Thank you for the love that I've been getting on my new Facebook account.
It's giving Reginae George. I said Reginae because not Regina. Because would your name be Regina?
No.
You've seen Mean Girls. You've seen Okay. Whew.
Girl, I thought you were getting not too much.
Yeah, I mean,
you like know. My sisters. That's how my sisters.
I don't know. Shout out to your sister. What's your sister's name?
Well, I have 2. Lonnie and Molly.
Lonnie and Molly. Beautiful names, by the way. Yeah,
it's Alani, O'Malley, and then Journey. I don't have an O.
Okay, it's okay. But either way, shout out to your older sisters. So I'm treating you like they.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Like, do you know what that is? No, you don't know what that is.
All right. So y'all put together this entire skit sequence
like this
or
resume,
series.
basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was to pretty much like introduce yourself to the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what characters were you playing?
So when we would do improv, so this is one of the improv skits. I literally have this in my phone still
this
to this
is probably
day.
hilarious.
And it was like, now that I look back, it really makes me laugh. But it was like a pop star. I was playing the pop star, obviously. Mm-hmm. And she was a high school teenager. So it was like, she'd be like, oh my God, can I get your autograph? And I'd be like, no, you can't. Excuse me. Like, I have to go. And then like, she'd be all like crazy, like, no, I need to get your autograph. And I had like a dog and I put him in my bag. And
you had a dog?
Like, yeah, I had a dog and I put him in my purse. Okay. And like, he'd just be like barking and like growling the whole time. And I'd be like, no, I have to go. And
meanwhile, the dog is the one.
Yeah, the dog is freaking out. And then like we would end it because she'd get all like aggressive, and then I'd be like, security. Yeah, that was the skit.
That's actually hilarious. Ridiculous. And is this the same friend that you told to make the name of the song?
No, we were the 3 of us though. The 3 of us together was a mess.
So did y'all have? Is that the girl band or girl group that you started?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
All right, so. First time performing, that was your first like skits and your things you did on the internet. When did you actually start getting recording equipment and like everything to kind of put your own studio together? And this is assuming you have your own studio or your own setup.
Well, I kind of do. I got one during COVID.
Okay.
Because it was COVID and everybody was in the house. And
it's like, what am I gonna do? Yeah.
I was like, what am I gonna do? So I just got like a whole bunch of equipment, and that was actually when I recorded Bad Girl, one of the songs that I have out. I recorded that in COVID, like in my bedroom.
Copy.
So, yeah.
So that was just more of like, I need to record. So.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're going to figure it out.
Look, that girl, I'm still that girl, okay?
Yes. Sorry.
I had some basil Thai fried rice earlier. It's really, really good. I scarfed it down too waiting for you to get here. I'm like, let me go ahead and get this food in. Okay, well, let's talk about what happened after you started recording. Mm-hmm. So after you started recording and dropping music and putting it out, at what point did all of that work actually really start to like bring you to more notoriety?
I don't know. It's been a long path. Like,
let's go back to the beginning of the path then. Let's start at the very beginning of it then.
Okay, so let's talk about the first time I recorded a song.
Yes.
That might be a good...
Let's start there.
First. That was a mess. Another thing that was a mess. I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I had It was like around like the rap game stuff. Do you remember that? Like when the rap game was like a big deal.
I was living in Atlanta around that time.
Yeah, and so they were starting this thing called the R&B game. And they reached out to me.
Did that happen?
No, it didn't happen. Because they did the pop game first and like it didn't do well. So they just lost all ability to do anything.
No, because the R&B game would have gave Making a Band again.
I know. Yeah. So they reached out to me. I did the whole interview process, the whole everything, the whole email chain with the everything. I did everything for it. And it made me start writing songs. I don't know. It just like inspired me to like really, I don't know, like when I was in that whole process, like it really pushed my social media presence a lot because I was like trying to get people's attention and like, you know, doing all of that stuff. Even though I had their attention, I wanted to keep it. I was like, I'm going to go.
You should have put that video out that you put on Facebook back then. That would have been your introducing Journey Montana.
They would have ate that up.
Yeah, they would have ate that up. You might should still do something with that again.
They would have ate that up. But yeah, so I was doing a lot of like remixes, like putting a verse on like a song and like writing and like reaching out to producers, like reaching out to a lot of like Jermaine Dupri's producers in there. And I was like, they would send me beats because I was just so freaking annoying. Like I was really annoying. So they were like, here, take some beats. Like, leave me alone. And so I was like, yeah, like whatever, cool. And like, I was like, here, this is what I recorded on my phone to it. And then I was just like writing so much. And I was like, I have to go to the studio. Like, I got some heat. Like,
and she said, okay, baby, let's go.
Yeah, she was like, all right, let's go. And
I got some heat. I need the ladies' tracks, Mom. What you talking about? What are you talking about?
Like, I need a ladies' track. So we went to the studio and I had the whole song written out. Girl, I left that studio in tears. It was so hard. I was like,
oh, you sounded like me the first time I was in the studio for no reason.
I was in tears. I was crying. I was like, this is so hard. It doesn't sound like how I want it to. I thought I was going to sound like Beyonce. I thought I was going to sound like Beyonce. Oh my gosh,
girl! And they said, no. But okay, so wait, engineering though, you probably started. You were able to alter your sound enough, right, to make those songs work, or no?
No, that song is terrible. That song, I still have it like in my phone.
It's too far gone.
Yeah, it was too far. I was like 12 when I did that.
Okay,
it was pretty bad. Yeah.
All right, so after that first night,
I didn't go back to the studio. I was like, forget it. I was like, I'm just going to stick to Instagram and doing my covers and doing my, like, I did not. And then, because the thing is, the next day I was in Spanish class with my friend and I was like, girl, I was previewing it on Snapchat, like everything. Like, I just made a song, I just made a hit. And everyone was like, and then the next day I was in school and I was like, girl, you gotta listen to this. Like, I just made some heat.
Okay.
In the studio. Like, you gotta listen to it. I handed her the headphones and she was like, girl, that is not good. She was like, girl, that is not good.
I was like, that?
Yes. I was like, you're crazy.
What's her name? What's that friend name?
Aaliyah.
Thank you.
Girl,
you told her what she needed to hear. It didn't matter to you in your head. I love a friend that's honest.
Yeah, she kept it a buck with me. She kept it real, but it really didn't matter because I was like, you're insane. I was like, you're wrong.
I feel like you said that to her and you looked at her.
I was like,
the way you're looking at me right now.
That's exactly how I was like, okay. Like, yeah, sure. Like, we're going to act like this isn't a hit record. Right. Okay. We're doing that? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, I just went back to, because it kind of knocked my confidence a little bit that like everybody was kind of crickets, you know? Like I wasn't getting.
You was walking around with that dog in the bag. Like,
okay.
Whoops, my bad.
But yeah, and then that was when the girl group reached out to me because of my like covers that I was doing on Instagram. Because at the time I just had like, I didn't have any pictures. I just had like singing videos.
Covers,
so it was a very intense point in my life. Like very.
You were fighting we're fighting to claim your stake. You had a stake somewhere. You just didn't know where it was at. I mean that in a good way.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway,
yeah, exactly. So when you found the stake.
Yeah.
Let's get to that part.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't no stakes, but so they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we're like replacing a girl in our group. And I was kind of nervous because I had heard of them in Atlanta. They were pretty popular at the time.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
We Are Charmed. That was the name of the group.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of another group.
Mind. Yeah, it was a couple of groups in Atlanta at the time, but they were like, we're replacing a girl. And I was kind of nervous because they were a lot older than me. Like, I was like 12, 13, and they were all like 17, 16, 18. Like, they were kind of older.
They was outside.
Yeah, they was outside. And I was like, okay, I guess. Like, okay. Because they were like, it's no problem. I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what helped me in the studio because they had been doing it for years already. And so they invited me to the studio and I was so nervous because remember that last experience
time in the studio
was a little, you know.
He's like, I don't know if they want to hear me
and
right
I was
now.
like, ooh. But, you know, it was really necessary. I feel like everything kind of played out the way that it was supposed to because they knew how to make a song. Like write a song. They knew how to organize it. They had practiced. They had learned how to do it. And I was in a place where I needed to learn how to do it. So it kind of just like, I don't know, pushed me out there with the sharks and was like, swim. I don't know. That's
Were they nice?
Yeah, they were nice.
Okay.
Yeah, they were nice.
Okay.